Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about what's new at Knott's Scary Farm for 2024. So let's get to it. So let's talk about ticketing. The price of admission will vary mostly based on the day that you choose to attend. Thursdays and Sundays in September are much cheaper than a Saturday in October. Please note that Knott's Scary Farm is a specially ticketed event, and day tickets and annual passes will not get you into Scary Farm. Annual passes will, however, give you a small discount on Scary Farm admission. Now here's an infographic that I created showing all the ticket options and add-ons available at Scary Farm for 2024. I also included a link to the Knott's Scary Farm web store in the description below. A standard ticket to Scary Farm will run you between $60 and $90, and with the annual pass, you'll save $5 on any ticket that you purchase. If you add a meal and a fountain drink to your ticket, it'll cost you an extra $15 if you purchase it online in advance. This could save you money if you were planning on buying a meal inside the park, where meals could be anywhere from $18 to $20. The Knott's Scary Farm Season Pass will grant you access to all nights of Scary Farm and cost $160 or $155 with an annual pass. The buffet dinner is an all-you-can-eat buffet at Mrs. Knott's Chicken Dinner Restaurant and will cost you between $45 and $55 depending on what time you want to be seated. It'll also give you a 30-minute early entry period that allows you to access some mazes before the rest of the park, before the other guests get to enter. Fastlane will grant you access to all mazes and rides during the night and will cost you between $150 and $200. They also offer an all-inclusive package for $200 to $285, which will grant you admission for the night, a single meal and drink, Fastlane, and parking. Finally, the very important Monster Tour will cost you between $550 and $625, and it will grant you admission, a private tour guide, access to the buffet, a t-shirt, parking, and priority access to rides and mazes as long as you're with your tour guide. A minimum of 2 guests must be a part of the tour. And then one final note about parking. Parking is an additional $35 for a standard vehicle and can be added onto a Scary Farm pass for $90. Standard all-season parking passes will work at Knott's Scary Farm, which means that if you paid for the parking pass add-on to your season pass, you do not need to buy parking. If you're looking to get everything done during Scary Farm and you don't want to pay for the price of Fastlane, I would suggest getting a standard admission or standard admission with dining, and then buying the buffet. The buffet allows a 30-minute early access period to select mazes, which could save you a lot of time and get you ahead of the crowds. A dining ticket, along with the buffet ticket, will run you $129 after tax on some of the cheaper days during the season. Of course, if you're planning on buying Fastlane, I wouldn't really worry about going to the buffet for the early access period, since you'll most likely be able to do all the mazes and rides that you want to do at night with the Fastlane. This year, Knott's Scary Farm has a total of 10 mazes, including 2 new mazes, Widows and 8 Fingers 9. The 8 returning mazes include Chilling Chambers, Cinema Slasher, Room 13, Grimoire, Mesmer, Origins, and returning for its final year, we have Bloodline 1842 and Waxworks. Now, we actually got to walk through a lights-on version of Chilling Chambers this year, which I actually uploaded as a complete video walkthrough available in the link in the description. At the announcement event, we were able to walk through a small portion of the Ghost Town Street Scare Zone. And we have a total of 5 scare zones coming this year, including Ghost Town Streets, Gauntlet, which takes place in Camp Snoopy, Goring 20s, which takes place in the Roaring 20s area, Carnival, which takes place in the Boardwalk area, and Forsaken Lake, which is around the Silver area. And this year, the Nobu necklace is returning for $15, purchasable inside the Legacy store. The Nobu necklace is different than the one that they made last year, and I believe it has a different color to it. This will grant you some immunity in scare zones, and scare actors will tend to target you less. However, mazes are completely fair game, so expect to be scared if you enter a maze. So now let's talk food. At the event, we didn't get to try any of the food because meal plans are not accepted at Knott's Scary Farm or the Knott's Scary Farm announcement event that we attended. Instead, you have to pay for all your menu items a la carte or as a part of your ticket. However, drink plans can be used at Knott's Scary Farm, to my understanding. We did not use them at the announcement event, but to my understanding and what I've been told is that they'll be usable at the Knott's Scary Farm event. There's a lot of new food coming to Scary Farm this year, so I'll have a link in the description to the Knott's Scary Farm website where you can check out all the items that are coming this year. Knott's Scary Farm has 3 different shows, all of which are included with the price of Knott's Scary Farm admission. The first of these is The Conjurers, which is located at the Birdcage Theater. The second is The Hanging, which is located at Wagon Camp. And the third is Le Magnifique Carnival, which is located at the Calico Mine stage. Make sure you download the Knott's Scary Farm app to check the showtimes for these shows, which could vary by night. And finally, there are some policies specific to Knott's Scary Farm that are different from the ones that are in effect during the regular Knott's Berry Farm operating hours. The first of these is the chaperone policy, which is not specific to Scary Farm necessarily, but it is valid on any Scary Farm night. This means that guests under the age of 16 has to be accompanied by an adult 21 or older with a valid ID. Guests 16 or older who are allowed to enter must have a government ID, which could be a state ID card, a driver's license, or passport. School or college IDs do not work, and they do check IDs. There is also an extremely strict bag policy during the event, which is completely different than the bag policy during the day, which allows pretty much any bag to be let through. At Knott's Scary Farm, they allow clear plastic bags smaller than 12 by 12 by 6 inches, and non-clear bags have to be smaller than 5 by 8 by 2 inches. Re-entry is not included, unlike Knott's Berry Farm where you can re-enter with a valid ticket. And finally, costumes and makeup are not permitted to avoid confusion between guests and scare actors. Thank you for watching this video where we talked about what's new at Knott's Scary Farm for 2024. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next week.